Sorry about that, guys. Here in the first
What an introduction. What an introduction, Zachary. Mr. Jackson, everybody. Mr. Jackson.
All right, let's get rolling here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. So let's get right to the YouTube show I have for you guys today. Here, my special guest and co-host, Matt Abner. He's finally back here on the show after a long, reluctant debut. He's finally back since August. It's been a while, Matt. I appreciate you coming on, even though we had a little bit of a laughter in the beginning because I thought it was still not recording.
It's too funny, man. Yeah, it's been a minute, though. I've been preoccupied with managing, being a student manager for St. John's men's basketball under Rick Pitino. It's been an interesting couple of months, let's say the least. I haven't had a lot of time, so it's been tough to come here, but I'm glad to be back here, balancing both. So,
Yep. So let's
missed
get
it.
right to it. So first up, we're going to be going over some college basketball, guys. Going over the Big East. Going over, huh?
I love the Big East.
Yeah. The Big East is the Big East basically. Their names speak for themselves. But going into talking about some signings, 2 recruits that Rutgers did of the class of 2024, and then we're going to go over some AP top 25. What differences can we make in it, and what the actual top 25 should be according to us. And then the last segment we have we're going to go over Draymond's suspension and what are our thoughts on it. And Ja Morant's impact coming back to the NBA is a great thing for the NBA. So we'll get right to it. If you guys see, it's part 2. We had part 1 earlier today as me and my guest host Billy and my Professor McCarthy. They were on. We talked a little bit about some baseball, about Yamamoto. Where is he going to sign? Shohei Ohtani's signing and what our thoughts on his contract. And then Juan Soto going to the Yankees. And then we did an audio show with my co-host Matt and Billy. We posted that on Apple Podcasts and Spotify just about a half an hour, 40 minutes ago. So definitely check that out. We went into the Mets and Yankees. What did they have to do in the offseason and free agency to get back to where they should be, especially the Yankees in the World Series and then the Mets and stuff like that. So definitely tune into that. But let's get right to it, Matt, shall we? College basketball. So let's go over some Big East. Well, what do you want to talk about when it comes to the Big East, man?
Well, Big East right now, I think, is one of the better conferences you should be looking at if you're watching college basketball, especially right now with the conference play starting up. You have about, let's see, I'm looking at the AP Top 25 right now, the most recent one, which was last week. You have UConn at 5. You have Marquette at 6. You have Creighton at 12. And yeah, that's all for now. But you still have 3 teams in the AP Top 25 from the Big East, which is very impressive.
Yeah,
Very, very
very.
impressive. Although there have been some upsets this week, and we will get to that soon. So, college basketball. What else do we have on the list that you wanted to talk about, Zach?
Well, I want to get over into Rutgers, man. Rutgers has signed 2 of the top 2 of the top recruits in the class of 2024, which are some big names, and they can't go untold. So Rutgers in the near future is going to be really, really good, man. They're going to have some great talent. And they always come up with some great talent. They'll come up with some bullshit all the time. But they always get them big guys, and it's looking like Rutgers is going to be a formidable opponent in the coming years. So we'll see what happens with that. Any thoughts on Rutgers signing those 2 big recruits?
Rutgers, man, they got Mr. Dylan Harper. Enough said about him. He's in. There's so much you can say about this kid. Coming from Bosco. Just a Jersey native. He had options to go to Duke or Auburn. Chose to go to Rutgers because he's a hometown kid. And then you also have the big. You also have the big. What's it called? That. Yeah. What's his name? It's Yeah, Arias Ace Bailey. He's a 5-star small forward, and he was
Yeah, he's a
number
monster.
two. He was the number 2 ranked behind Harper, and Rutgers got both of them.
It was just kind of crazy.
So the Big Ten is going to look interesting, especially because Illinois is on the rise right now.
Yes, they are. They are coming. They are the real deal. They are at the 13th spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the AP top 25. But yeah, but moving on from that, Rutgers, man, they're gonna be good for the foreseeable future. But let's go into the top 20 AP top 25. And Matt, me and Matt are gonna give our honest opinion on what we think of the AP top 25 and what changes should be made and whose team should be dropped and whose team should be moved up or who should be named team should be taken out of the top 25. So first up, we got Purdue at 10-1. They jumped from the 3 spot to the 1 spot now. And then you had Kansas, who stays at number 2. You have
That's fair.
huh?
I said that's fair.
Yep. Number 3, Houston was at the 4 spot, but they moved up to the 3 spot after Purdue took down Arizona. Arizona drops from the 1 all the way to the 4. Houston is 11-0. Kansas is 10-1. Purdue is 10-1. Arizona is 8-1 at the 4 spot. UConn is at the 5 spot, but they're going lower because last night they just lost to Seton Hall. And Seton Hall kind of beat them pretty good. I believe they beat them by 15 points.
They did.
Yeah,
They
they
had a
beat.
good margin of victory. They shut UConn down, and they were ready. So
Yeah, the next game for UConn is versus St. John's at UConn on the 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that's a good thing for you, St. John's. They want to be in the top 25. The first start, they got to beat UConn.
yeah, we need to climb to the top of the Big East.
Yep,
I think
yep,
we just gotta take it one game at a time. I mean, right now we're focused on UConn this week.
yep.
We just came off our first conference win against Creighton.
Yeah,
So
which is a big win there.
UConn is definitely the team that everybody's keeping an eye out
Yep,
on.
UConn is now going to be 10-2 after the loss to Seton Hall. Marquette with a monster loss last night to Providence, who's unranked. So they are at the 6th spot right now. They were already 9-2. They're about to be 9-3. So they're going to be dropping along the way down after that loss to unranked Providence. Then at number 7, you have Oklahoma, who is 10-0. They moved from the 11th spot all the way up to the 7th spot. Tennessee is 8-3. They're at the 8th spot, and they are ranked. They were actually at the 12th spot. They moved up to the 8th. My Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the North Carolina UNC this weekend, so they're probably going to be going up. They moved from the 14th spot. They already moved up. They moved from the 14th spot to the 9th spot after beating UNC, who was at that 9th spot. Baylor drops 4 spots, so they go from the 6th spot to the 10th spot at 9-1. UNC with the loss to Kentucky, they are down to 7-3. They drop from the 9th spot to the 11th spot. And then you had Creighton drop 4 spots from the 8th spot to the 12th spot. After losing, they are now 9-2. Illinois is 13th, and they are 8-2. Florida Atlantic FAU, they are 14th at 9-2. Gonzaga, with a very shocker, they went down from the 10th spot to all the way to the 15th. They are 8-3 right now. Colorado State is a shocker. They are 10-1. They are at the 16th spot, Matt. That is a shocker.
Yeah, no one would expect a small
No.
out of other not a big school.
Yeah.
Colorado is not basketball known.
Yeah, Colorado State, especially. Colorado even is not a basketball, but at least they got some respect. Colorado State is not really a basketball known school. But BYU is right below them at 10-1, which is also a shocker in the Big 12. They're at the 17th spot. They are neck and neck with Colorado State right there for the 16th and the 17th spot. And for me, other than Gonzaga having a better schedule, I would put Colorado or BYU a little bit ahead of Gonzaga. They are 8-3, Gonzaga. Clemson is at the 18th spot. They dropped 5 spots, and they are now 9-1 in the Atlantic Coast. 19th is Texas at 8-2. James Madison, they're doing really good. They haven't lost.
Very good season for James
They are
Madison.
10-0, and they are ranked at the 20th spot. I project them to be. They should be a little bit higher. Duke is at 7-3, not having the best season. They're at the 21st spot, and Virginia is 22 at the 9-1. Memphis is 23 at 8-2. They should be getting Mikey Williams back. I don't know when that date is. He's out of jail and everything, so he should be playing with the team relatively soon. So we'll see what happens, what impact Mikey Williams does on Memphis. And Bronny James has also made his third college game. He's been doing okay. I mean, it's going to take him a while to get used to the college basketball world, but he's doing really good. He's taking charges, he's blocking shots, he's making 3-pointers, dropping assists, making layups. He's doing what he's got to do, man. It's good to see. Then we have Wisconsin at 8-3 at the 24th spot. And then we have rounding out the top AP top 25. You got Ole Miss at 10-0 at the 25 spot. So what do you think, Matt? You think anything needs to be changed, or you think I kind of hit all points with that?
Be honest, as someone who works in college basketball now, rankings don't mean anything.
True.
But if I will say this, a lot of these teams I do agree with, but there are definitely questionable teams on this list.
Yes, there is.
Like Purdue, Kansas, Houston, Arizona, UConn, Marquette. Sure.
Whatever. I don't think Marquette's that good either.
Oklahoma. All right. Tennessee. Really? Really? Tennessee? Kentucky? Okay.
I think Kentucky's actually better than Tennessee and Oklahoma.
Baylor. All right. UNC. Way too high right now.
Yep. After the loss to Kentucky, hell yeah.
Creighton's whatever. Don't know anything about them until we play them.
Yep, exactly.
Illinois, they're having a good season. I've been hearing, so okay. Florida Atlantic, they have the same roster from last year. Why not?
Yeah, I like FAU. I do like BYU, and I do like Colorado State. I like them.
Gonzaga, I mean, they're pretty low, so
they're always going to be in it. They're never going to be jumped out. I like JMAD, dude. I think JMAD is better than Colorado and BYU. I think JMAD should be in that top 15.
Colorado State shouldn't be there. BYU shouldn't be there. Clemson shouldn't be there.
Who?
Clemson.
Yeah, I don't think Clemson should be there. I like JMAD, dude. I think JMAD should be in the top 15. I like JMAD a lot.
James Madison should be in the top 15.
Yeah.
Duke at 21, sure, whatever. Virginia, okay. Memphis, Wisconsin, debatable. Ole Miss, hell no. I mean, that's just how I look at these types of lists. You know, how they come out weekly.
Yeah. I really think Memphis is going to change. If Mikey Williams can get back in time, I think Mikey Williams is going to change Memphis's forte. I don't think one player is going to make a big difference, but I think Mikey Williams is that big guy, and I think he's going to.
You got to remember, he hasn't been practicing with the team.
Exactly. So it's going to be. He probably won't.
He hasn't been working out with the team.
He probably won't play. He probably won't play this year. Maybe next year. But I think he's going to.
What they'll do is, if he gets to come back, they'll probably redshirt him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're right. It's probably what they'll do. All right. Well, any other final thoughts, Matt? I'm good. I think we touched on everything. Any final thoughts we have for college basketball right now?
No, that's all.
All right, so let's move on to our second and final segment here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is viral. Yeah! Okay, first up, we're going to be going over the Draymond suspension and what are our thoughts on it, and how Ja Morant's impact coming back is great for the NBA. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a spasm there. I had to get that one out. All right, Matt. So the Draymond suspension. What are your thoughts on it? I think he's an absolute nutcase.
And speaking of spasms, that is what Draymond Green is.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you just gotta think like this guy is just a walking ball of energy that just flails. Okay, that is Draymond Green summed up in like
Pretty
a
much.
sentence. All right, I'm a Warriors fan. All right, we all know this.
Yeah.
Draymond, you can't. There's just things that you do, right? You do something, and then you know you're doing it, right? You're aware of it,
Yeah.
and then you finish doing it, and then it happens. So
Yeah.
with him, he keeps going through this process of that and not learning anything from it.
And that's the problem.
And that's where it becomes an issue because you're not helping anybody.
Yep. You're diminishing your team.
You're hurting. You're hurting. You're hurting your team.
Yeah.
And we already have enough struggles as it is. This is, I mean, Steve Kerr said it best. If you watch what he said, it's the same guy that hit Steven Adams, on the low belt,
Yep.
low blow. Same guy that stomped on Sabonis.
Same guy that.
Same dude who choked out Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I just can't help but laugh.
Same guy that smacked the crap out of
The
Yusuf.
same guy that tackled Jalen Green.
Yep. The same guy that also.
Same guy that got his jersey ripped by Bradley Beal.
The same guy that also messed up
Like,
with.
it's actually insanity how many incidents we can just recall off the top of our heads. Like as fans,
Yeah.
like I'm getting emotional about this because I genuinely care about my Warriors. But hold up, let me take a seat back. Draymond, bro, he's doing counseling. I don't know if this is gonna help.
It ain't gonna help. Just letting you know. It ain't gonna help.
Probably not knowing him.
Yep.
But we just have to see because I want the best for him and I want to see him on the court. I don't want to see him getting thrown out the game. I don't want to see him getting assessed a technical foul. I don't want to see him like trying out for the UFC in the middle of the game.
Or getting kicked out of the league.
Or even getting kicked out the league. Like, I mean, I don't think we'll do that because they didn't even kick out Rodman.
Yeah, I know, but the league was so much different when it was Rodman.
Oh yeah, it's definitely different times.
It's big difference. But yeah, my take on Draymond, man, it's like when is it gonna end with him? Like he's the biggest guy with the news. It's all over the place, and some people even consider that it was worse than even Ja Morant's thing. All the stuff that he accumulated because it's just ridiculous. It just never ends with this guy. It's all the time, every day, all the time. It's like every couple weeks you hear Draymond this, Draymond that, Draymond this. Not to mention the incident where he punched the shit out of Jordan Poole, his own teammate, in the offseason last year. So like,
don't get me started, bro. I said that earlier, I think.
yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that this guy has done that he really doesn't deserve right now to be in the NBA, and he should be counseling like he's doing. He should be doing all this stuff because he doesn't deserve it because he should be able to keep his composure, keep his poise, play basketball, and be right. Now, I'm not going to tell him not to defend himself if someone's fucking tackling him or doing some bullshit on the thing or doing some illegal stuff. But none of these people are doing nothing illegal. The thing on Yusuf Nurkic did not warrant him to wind up and smack him right in the face. Made no sense to do it. And I don't care what he says. If he doesn't come back and does this, he's going to probably be out of the league. I wouldn't be surprised. His suspension is going to be even crazier. He might be suspended for a year or two if that's the case. So we'll see what happens. I hope the best for Draymond. I really do. I'm not a guy that wants to see him not on the basketball court. I think it's great for the NBA to see his leadership, his veteranness, his savvy play on the court, his dedication, his heart, his hustle. It's great to see. But we want to see that and eliminate all the bullshit. And he can't eliminate the bullcrap, so then he doesn't deserve to play in this game. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Draymond's situation. Now, we just had Ja Morant come back in an epic return. He comes back against the Pelicans. They're down by like 20 in the third. He brings them all the way back. He scores 34 points, 6 rebounds, and I believe 9 assists with the game winner. They win in their first game, in his first game back in his home debut, and he's been out for 25 games. That's ridiculous. How he came back, no rust, no nothing, 34, 6 and 9, game winner, Memphis wins. That just shows NBA finally got their guy back. I mean, it's still LeBron, Giannis, or Steph, and all these guys' his league, but still, at the same time, Ja Morant really is going to be changed into, I believe, is going to be the face of the league when LeBron leaves and Steph leaves. I think those two, when they leave and Durant leaves, I think Ja Morant's going to take the torch. He's the only one that's got that high athleticism, the it factor. I think Ja Morant's really the only guy that has his personality and everything really shows, and why he can really take over and be the face of the NBA. But he needs to keep his emotions just like Draymond in check. If not, he's gonna just be like Draymond. He's gonna be out of the league. And this is the day we live in now, and we got to worry about this gun stuff. We got to worry about all this crap, and it shouldn't have to be. You should just be playing basketball. And I got really nothing to say. Ja Morant stays the way he goes. I got Ja Morant shoes, the Ja ones here, looking at me right now. If he stays the way he's going, then he'll be fine. But if he goes on a darker path the way he's been going on so far, he ain't gonna be so thing. He's trying to be a wannabe gangster. He's not in that life. He was never brought up in that life, so I don't know why he's trying to be that. And it's just messed up. But any thoughts you have on Ja Morant as we finish up our YouTube show, man?
Oh man, Ja Morant, what a character! I mean, what a player, though. The man can
Exactly.
jump. The man is insanely fun to watch. I won't deny that.
Yeah.
She jumps through the roof. She can. He keeps getting better every time he plays, and that's
Mm-hmm.
dangerous about someone. And for a guy like him, he can only go up, but on the court, but on off the court, he has to. I mean, he's had time, a lot of time, and not much else has come out of it other than the court proceedings, just from
Yep.
the past allegations. So
Yep.
nothing new.
Yep.
So it seems like he's definitely
Going in
had
the
some
right path.
character development the past few months.
Yep.
I mean, he did get clowned on for a while. I do kind of like after a certain extent, you do feel bad
Yeah.
for like a player when people were like making jokes and
But at the
shit
same time,
on
man,
the
people
internet and trolling,
are
because everybody knows how the streets be and how the internet be. So it's like with him, he's just got to make better decisions. But right now, he's been carrying himself out better, and the fact that he just came in, just still is electrifying. Like that hasn't changed. Hits the game winner.
and
He's
everything goes
he,
crazy.
he's him. He's him.
Yeah.
I will say
No,
that.
there's no doubt about it. He is that guy, and he's going to be the one to take the torch away from LeBron, Steph, and Durant when they do retire. Well, I don't know about LeBron because it don't look like he's going to retire anytime soon. This guy's fucking going crazy. But we also got to know the fact that someone's got to have to take the torch, and I think the only person maybe that could do it is maybe a number 2 guy, probably Anthony Edwards, him and Ja, probably the guys that could take it. Supposed to be Zion, but we looking at Zion, man. He's fat. He ain't gonna be able to do it. Anthony Davis was supposed to take the torch from
I've
LeBron.
been hearing some rumors about Zion.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna. That's another topic for another podcast on another day. But that one we definitely got to get to him because Zion's just pissing me off because he's such a great talent and he's just wasting away. He's got too many baby mamas. That's what happens.
Nah, it's not even that. He's not even listening to a strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that as a joke, but yeah, he's not doing anything serious. He's just living that luxurious life, and it's just gonna come bite him in the ass. At the end of his career, he's gonna be like, "Oh damn, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that." That's the
Nah,
worst thing.
Jordan Poole's the one that needs to be saved.
I don't think so, man. I don't think he's that bad. I think it's just that
No,
he's.
he's pretty bad.
I don't think he's worse than Zion, bro. At least he's playing. At least he's.
Yeah, he is.
You think he's worse than
The-
Zion?
yes, I think Zion is better than Poole. Yes, of
Oh
course
no,
I.
I'm not talking about the player. I'm talking about just on the off the court issues.
Oh.
Not staying in shape. He's at least able to play.
Oh yeah.
Not as a
I hear what
player.
you're saying.
Zion is by far totally 200,000
That's
times
what I
better.
thought you were
No,
referencing.
no, 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 no. That's not an argument. That argument is
Yeah,
he is now.
it was about to be a Dan argument.
No, no, no. That's not. No, I'm not. We're not. No, we're not having that type of argument.
Shout out Dan though. Shout out
Yeah,
Dan.
shout out Dan, man.
Feel
Dan.
better, Dan. I feel better, bro.
Yeah, I feel better, Dan. You're recovering from a broken bone in his ankle, so hopefully he gets better soon. But yeah, no, I wasn't saying the player wise. I was just saying off the court issues. At least Jordan Poole's able to play. He looks healthy. He looks movable. He's able to play. Zion looks like a fat person playing a basketball game. He can't be that big and be out of shape like that. You have to be in shape. And then LeBron will tell you the thing. And Stephen A said it himself. He's like, bro, he's fat. It's constructive criticism, bro. I love Zion to death. I really like him as a player. I like his skill set. I think he would be one of the best players in the NBA. He's just got to get his weight under control. And he's got to listen to people because people are trying to help him, and he thinks people are trying to out to get him. But other than that, Matt, any other last thoughts you have for Draymond suspension? College basketball, Ja Morant coming back to the NBA. If not, we are going to be ending our YouTube show here on the Fire Sports Pod, episode 33, part 2. Matt, anything else to add?
Draymond do better. Ja Morant, it seems like you've been better. St. John's, watch out for us.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. You heard it from the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that goes to St. John's. Watch out for St. John's basketball because they are coming. And Ja Morant, same here. Hopefully you stay in the right mindset because the NBA needs you, man. Because we've missed you. We have missed you. And Draymond, we need you back, bro. I need you back, but we need you back the right way. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for my YouTube show here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. So we will catch you guys in just a little bit as we go into our audio show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where we'll be going over the NFL schedule for this weekend coming up and go over maybe some playoff pictures and what teams we got going to the NFC, AFC championship game and the Super Bowl. So let's stay tuned to that. We'll have that coming for you in just a little bit. Other than that, guys, thanks again for Matt coming on the YouTube show again here today. First time back on the YouTube show. He was just back on audio show just about an hour ago. So it's great to have him back. My co-host, as always, thanks again, Matt. I'm your host, Zack Jackson, here in the Fire Sports Pod, and my co-host, Matt Abdenor. We are going to say goodbye and have a great, happy holidays. Peace out, guys.
Happy holidays, guys.